Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday to everybody. May 21st. Holy crap. A lot of things happening. I just found out earlier today of about Sam Keith. That really kind of knocked me for a spin. Was not expecting some news like that today. So we'll celebrate with comics today. We'll celebrate with some artwork, some sketching, some Saturday night hanging out. I got some I do have some things clipped to the top of the chat. One is for a Kickstarter that's going on right now. It's called Seed Eaters. It's from Night Phoenix Press. Our good friend Nate. He's doing well. One of the pieces that we'll be auctioning off tonight is actually the pencils of the variant cover that I did for that issue. So I get to show that off to you in just a little bit. This is actually Kevin's piece. This is the catch-up continues. We're gonna get caught up. So that's what I'm gonna be. That is the mission. Is the catch up. So we'll spend a normal amount of the show from 10 to 12. We'll be catching up with some pieces. We've got Kevin's piece here, which this one is going to end up being not safe for work. Don't tell YouTube. Which I'll finish that part of it afterwards. But I'll just leave parts of it uninked so that way. But we'll start working on the rest of it. And this piece, the second piece we'll be working on, is actually our Julie Strain piece. This one belongs to Christopher Bouchard. So we get to work on his piece tonight also. So I'm looking forward to that. And let's see who is in the room with us tonight. Here, let me set this off to one side here. I'll catch up with you guys in the chat a little bit while we get going here. Kevin, what's up, dude? Yeah, I know. It's like it's that's why I wanted to explain at the top what that special piece was. So I'm gonna show it to you guys in just a bit. So I'll catch up with the chat first, and then I'm gonna show you. I got three packages, three things that will do a nice little light auction at the end of the show, and I think it'll be fun. I think I got a couple of things that'll be fun. It'll be fun. Paul, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. I am in a pickle. I know. I got to get caught up. It's the book deadlines and everything just mixed into everything else. So I love being busy. Busy is good. But once we reach a certain point, then it's like, okay, I got to stop taking in new sketches, and we got to start making sure that we finish everybody's things before we start working on brand new sketches. So that's our mission now for the next month or two. I would imagine it's going to take a little while because we've got a nice stack of artwork to go, and some of those pieces, half of those pieces, have to be colored so we could post them up on the Patreon page, and of course we got to finish inking all of this stuff. So it's we got a lot of cool ideas. Oh, Paul is asking, is the Kickstarter live? The Kickstarter is live, but it's the pre-launch page, which is still very, very important. It makes me look good in front of the publisher, for one thing. It's if everybody signs up, and signing up doesn't mean that you're committing to purchasing something. It just means that you're going to be notified when the Kickstarter goes live. We're planning on the Kickstarter going live on March 27th. That's Friday of next week. So that's when we're actually going to be going live. It's on Friday, 10:30 p.m. I'll be live streaming myself, and I'm sure I'll have the famous Cat Mouse with me. She's going to be doing the coloring on this issue. Very excited about that. And that's when it's going to be going live. But the pre-launch page is up right now. And if you could help me share the link out everywhere and kind of get all your friends and family to freaking peer pressure those people into signing up, because if the number gets nice and big, it makes the whole project look good, and plus it encourages other people to sign up and to see what's going on. It helps with the buzz. It helps with the support for the book. So that's super important, and it's guest starring NIRA-X. So it's our Cyberangel, it's our girl. So we got to support our girl, and because she gets mad at me if she doesn't get the support. You know what I'm saying? So, and I want to make sure that that Zen gets a good proper push. Plus, this is issue 3. We've got one more issue to finish out this story. It's a 4-issue miniseries. If anybody missed issues 1 and 2, they're going to be available on this Kickstarter also. So there's a little extra goodie there, and so yeah, it's going to be a very busy month. It's going to be very cool. It's going to be very cool. Kevin says he's in a pickle. Hope he's not feeling too dill. Ken, what's up, dude? Evening, good sir. Evening, gentlemen. Paul saying hi to everybody. Very, very cool. I'm glad, Kevin. I'm glad you like this art. This is good art. This is your art. Ken Albury, what's up, dude? We're getting some more Kens in the house tonight. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Very, very cool. Thanks, dude. Kevin says, I hadn't heard about Sam Keith. Damn, it looks like he dealt with what got Robin Williams. Yeah, it's and it was something that he's been battling for a minute. My mom went through something very similar with Alzheimer's and dementia. It's not easy. It's very difficult. It's difficult on the family. I'm glad that he's found peace, but at the same time, it's a hit, right? It's one of our own. And from our era, from our, it's like it's close to home. It's close to home, and I was happy that we worked on some projects together in the past. Thanks to Don Chin, thanks to Parody Press, and the years that we were publishing Parody Press, and plus just everything that he's done. It's like the Max is a huge impact, huge influence on my stuff, and co-created Sandman. It's a lot. So yeah, so we'll try to honor him tonight a little bit with some comics, some fun, some artwork, some sketching. Not safe equals bad. Yeah, there's going to be lots of battle damage in this piece for sure. Battle damage for the win. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Let me look up something here. Yeah, I wanted to look up again how old he was, because it's like he's a young guy, It's like, I mean, 60. When I was a teenager, I thought 63 was old, but 63 is not old at all. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. But we're gonna continue, and we'll honor him with carrying on the mission of comics and art, and that'll be what we'll do tonight. We'll dedicate this episode of Catching Up. That's what I should call the show. Catching Up. We'll dedicate it to Sam Keith, our good friend. Paul says, been crazy lately, losing him and Chuck Norris. I know, Chuck Norris, in the same breath, man. I realized that Sam passed away, I think, on the 15th. The news is coming out today, obviously. But the fact that we're hearing about that, and we're hearing about Chuck Norris at the same time, it's like, ugh. And then every year it's another whole handful of people that are meaningful to all of us, So let's definitely enjoy the time that we have, because our time here is short doing these things. So let's have fun and enjoy each other's company while we're here. Some person, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us. Awesome. On a Saturday night, some person saying hello to everybody. Very cool. Saying hello to Kat. Yeah, unfortunately, Kat's not up here with me tonight. She is downstairs in the regular part of the house. I'm upstairs in the studio. She's resting up. She's had a long week, and she's next week she's working on, like, I think 4 different projects. So she's taking a couple minutes out, gain her strength, get some food, get some rest. Paul says, Bill Easy working, Bill Easy working hard to make sure he is cutting the mustard. That's right. I got to, man. I gotta. That's how you show respect for the people that support you and that actually allow you to do this for a living. So I got to make sure that I get everything finished. Can't let it just keep on running more behind schedule. That's crazy. All right, Kevin says, I wonder, has Chuck replaced the Grim Reaper? But Chuck Reaper doesn't sound right. Grim Norris is even worse. I don't know, man. Chuck Reaper sounds like an action movie. right off the top of my head, it kind of sounds that way. I wouldn't be surprised. Some person says, so you want us to whip you so you work faster? No, please do not whip. Do not whip. Please, no violence. Ken says, Bill, for a point where he had to catch up on his nudie commissions, he reached critical ass. You get extra points for that one. Kevin says, what, you redacted that ass? Why are you being a butt about your puns, Ken? Ken says, Bill got the point where he had to catch up on the nudie commissions. He reached critical ass, as it were. Paul says, I know it's Zen, but this will be my first chance to get some NIRA action via crowdfunding. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm really happy that that NIRA is actually part of the entire story. You know, she's just not making a cameo and like for a couple of panels and then off she goes. She's part of the story for the whole 4 issues. So I'm really happy about that. I'm glad that you're going to be picking up the issue. That's very cool. Definitely need everybody's support. I do appreciate it. Ken says, yes. Honor Chet, my friends, our creative producer for all time. Yeah, it's always good. We shall reference Chet every episode with an He would be proud of that. Kevin says, that is a crisis of the breast proportions. Some person says, Bill, your butts have mass to them. Well, not my butts, but the ones that I draw. Mass equals gravity, thus why I'm drawn towards them. That actually makes sense. We've applied science to the art. Yes. Okay, comics in the house. Damn, what a week. Norris, Keith, the dude from Buffy. I know, right? Oh my gosh. You're going to have to remind me. I know that you told me who you were before, okay. So you're going to have to tell me again. Because every once in a while, like, we'll get the secondary names for everybody. Just like Mystery Box is Kevin. So I'm remembering that. So Kevin says, let's see, forgive me, but who had Chuck Norris in their ghoul pool? Where's Chet's whip? I know, right? He's hitting me with the spiritual whip. E equals MC squared. Some person with the math, bringing out the Einstein. Paul says, "Don't fear the Norris. Help me understand." Chuck is taking over where he's at right now. So heaven just received its own wings that Chuck Norris provided. J Jizz, Jason, what's up, dude? Well, people like cake, so yeah, this piece does have some cake. Yes. Oh, that's too much math for me. I don't even know what I'm doing. Too much math. Argo Comics. What's up, Dan? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, I totally agree. Sad news on Chuck and Sam. It's a bad week. It's a bad week, dude. So we're gonna try and honor them with some art and some comics tonight. Kevin says, E equals NX is better. Oh, look at you. ENX. The formula that works. Yes. Some person saying hello. Very, very cool. Ken says he does agree. E equals NX. I love it. All right, let me grab some ink utensils here. We're gonna work on this one for the first hour, I believe. And I can always let's see. It's like I'll work on this one for a little bit. Let me see. And then we're gonna work on Christopher Bouchard's Julie Strain artwork. That'll be the next one that we work on. And then if we work on something else, we'll be working on something until the stroke of midnight, as it were. You know what? This will be a good time to let everybody know what we're actually going to auction off at midnight, since we know that all of these pieces are already spoken for. So let me catch up with the chat just real quick, and I'm going to show you what we have. We got 3 different things for a nice little casual auction tonight. Some person saying hello, very cool. Courtney, what's up? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That is awesome. Love it, love it. Let's see. Dan says, hey, at some person. Very cool. Some person saying hello. Excellent. All right, so these are going to be, let me set Kevin's piece aside just for a second. I've got a couple of things. I think it might have been Paul. I'm not sure who it was that suggested it last time, that one of our auction items should be some comics, some comic-related things. All right, so I've got something. I got something special. I've got NIRA-X Reborn #2, but I've got the new NIRA-X variant of that issue, and I also have the very limited. There's only 10 copies of this. This is the NIRA-X Reborn #2. They're both issue #2. This one is sealed in a hard case with a sticker here. Also has a certificate of authenticity in the back floating around. This one is number 6 out of 10, and it's the hollow foil. It's the holochrome version of the Thalia. So yeah, this is Chet's character. This is the character that Chet created for the series. So I've got this. This is part of the same set. So we've got this, and also the very last pin set. Now we created this. This is something that Chet and I created together. It's got some stickers. It's sealed, so I can't show you the inside, but it's got a little certificate of authenticity on the inside. Got a little image on the top here, and I'll show you what they are. I've got some loose pins here. There's some magnetic pins that are inside this set. So let me set them here. You could pin them to your shirt, jacket, whatever. They come with an extra magnet on the back, so that's how they stick. So we've got here we go. Let me see here if will it focus? Will it focus? We've got Celeste, and it's something we did for NIRA's 25th anniversary. We've got Allura. We've got Mercy. We've got NIRA-X, a little extra special one there. And we've got ENX. We've got Evil NIRA, her doppelganger. So, and all 5 of the pins are inside the set. So these are just the loose ones that I have here in the studio that I kind of keep around on the shelf. So this is one thing. This is one thing that goes together. I'll set this off to the side. The other thing we have, or the other thing I have, is one original page from NIRA-X Dark Seas, #3. This is page 6. This is the original art for page 6. Christopher, what's up, dude? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Let's see, did I accidentally click on something? Let me see. Let me scroll up a little bit here. Yeah, I did. I must have bumped the table. Very cool. Okay, let me catch up with you guys real quick. All right, Kevin was saying, hey there, welcome, sit, relax. I got my Malcolm mousepad the other day. Very comforting. Christopher Bouchard says, well, hello there. Using your Jedi powers. Some person says, Bill, could you give a tour of your flat folders? Possibly, but there's some things there that I'm not allowed to show people, and a lot of things I would have to put Post-it notes on so many things, so I can't just turn the camera and show you everybody's flat drawers and or boxes. I'd have to get prepared for that. Saying hello, very cool. Kevin says, I still envy Ken Zazer. Some person says, I heard you got a closet full of art. There's a little bit of art going on over here. Very cool, Chris. Paul says, busting open Bill's war chest on these comic goodnesses. Kevin says, closets of art. I need a dressing down. Kevin says, that's a war chest worth of. Let's see. May I ask who came up with the plot of the Zen video game? I'm curious how a space bounty hunter got in an environmentalist story. Well, the plot of the Zen video game is before my time, only by a couple years, but still. The video game came out, and then Zen had a run at Archie Comics, and that's when it was really that for those entire runs they were pushing Zen kind of like in a Captain Planet kind of angle, and it was really geared for younger kids. When Zen was all done with their run at Archie Comics, we started publishing Zen at Entity Comics. That was Don Chin was the publisher. I was the artist / writer. Steve Stern and Dan Cody are the co-creators of Zen, and they came over and that's when I first met them. That's how I met them. We started working on Zen Intergalactic Ninja together for Entity Comics, and we started with the whole bounty hunter angle, making it more of an action adventure, sci-fi kind of comic book, a little bit more in line, a little bit more in tune with a lot of the Image comics that I was reading and collecting at the time. It's more of the stories that I wanted to write, and they were nice enough to let me go in that direction. So that's how that all came to be. Ken says, I have that pin set. It is sweet. Emphasize that sweet a bit more, Ken. Some person says super secret art. Yes. Let's see. I think we need to start a Kickstarter to fund his need for Post-its. I know I need so many Post-its. Some person says Bill needs to custom. I do need custom Post-its. Coconuts and bananas. And little tiny, just think of them climbing all over and clinging to the naughty bits. That would be hilarious. Paul says, holy crap, that makes me think of Captain Planet video game. Crap indeed. Yeah, that's why we wanted to do something different with him. And I think, and we've had a lot of fun, like just writing just space adventures, bounty hunter adventures. It's like that's really where I wanted to go with Zen. And so they were nice enough to let us go in that direction. I see some person says, thing go in cycles. I think you'll end up doing something with the Killer Tomatoes in the future. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my God, that would be a full circle thing right there. All right, so this original page, let me see, let me put this up here like this. Let's see here. Kevin says, you need to watch the Don Cheadle Captain Planet parody. Yes, it's hilarious. Paul says, the Post-it should be scribe-shaped. Ken says he'll retire as a caricature artist at SeaWorld. I know, those will be my last days as I die on the art table. Just, like, how do you like your caricature? All right, so when we auction off this page, this print will come with it. This is a print of Celeste. This is 21 of 25. I happen to find like 2 or 3 more of these in a box. I'm so surprised that I still have a few of these left. And they're printed on that shattered glass paper. It's pretty cool. I like it. So those 2 pieces will come together as another package. And then our third package of the evening is the original art. You'll see the link. I got the link at the very top of the chat. It's not the one that is pinned. I don't know if I could pin 2 things to the chat. I could try doing that. Oh no, Kevin. Kevin, SeaWorld Orlando. No, if I was going to go full circle with the caricatures, it would have to be SeaWorld in San Diego. That's where I was. So anyways, this is the original art for my variant cover of Seed Eaters. And this is from Night Phoenix Press. They have their Kickstarter up right now. And then this is a print. I penciled it. It was inked by Mikey Babinski, our good friend Mikey. And it's signed by both of us. So that's cool. I'm glad I found this in the box. We had a few extra prints. And a cool little Star Wars homage thing going on here. A little Princess Leia action. I can't turn down an excuse to draw Slave Leia. So this is obviously the nude cover for Seed Eaters, and then so those are the three things that we're going to be auctioning off at midnight. And in the meantime, we're going to be working on things that are already spoken for. So we gotta start working on this. Yeah, Kevin says third one is sold. Yeah, I really like the way it came out, and they did a really good job. Nate did an awesome job creating the regular version of the cover. He drew some clothes on them for the regular version of that cover, and he did a great job with the inks and the colors and stuff. I really like the way it came out. So if you want to see what that cover looks like in completed form, you can click on the link. That's if you scroll all the way to the top of the chat, I've got the link there. In fact, let me see. I might toss it into the chat again. I could toss it into the chat again here. There you go. I think it'll pop up there now. There you go. It should be in the chat. Insert gross jokes here. Dan says, I saw the DC Heroes water skiing show at SeaWorld Orlando when I was a kid. Yes, it actually happened. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's legendary, dude. All right, let me see. I'll bring this a little bit closer. We're going to put some inks. We're going to work on this one until about 11 o'clock. And then we're going to work on Christopher Bouchard's piece, which is this one here, the Julie Strain Fact 2 piece, which is also going to be like fairly not safe for work. So there's parts of that I won't be able to ink on air, obviously, but I can ink the rest of it, and we'll just keep on working on it and seeing how it comes out. I see Kevin says, I was just thinking Florida Man dies as he draws at SeaWorld. His last words were, I didn't get to sign the art. So sad. As they hang that art on their refrigerator with no signature. But yeah, I'm glad we're doing this. This might be like a once a year thing where we do some episodes that are basically catch-up episodes, because it's bound to happen that I take in more sketches than I could get done all at once. So it's good to catch up with everybody and make sure everybody's taken care of before we start doing more. Plus, I want to show my appreciation to you guys that you support the art, and I want to make sure that you know that I respect your time too. You know, I don't want you to wait so long for the piece to be done. Like there's inherently obstacles in getting pieces done as quickly as I would like to. It's like, you know, there's book deadlines, there's other stories, there's other published work, things that have to be done. So those it's juggling a schedule between, you know, a couple different things. That's all it is. But this is what I love to do, so. I used to love picking up issues of Ghost back in the 90s. Let's see. Was that Julie? Man, what an awful movie and awesome comic adaptation. I'd have to agree on both. I love Beasley's artwork. Simon Beasley's stuff is so cool. So yeah, the obviously the comic adaptation, the Fact 2 artwork by Beasley is dope. It's like I love it. I want to be able to throw paint around the way he does. I typically try to buy, if I see Beasley artwork in a thing, I'm usually trying to buy it. I like to collect his stuff. These little tiny lines, I try to, like I'm holding my breath to make sure I don't screw those up. Don't want to mess that up. It is cool I like doing the catch-up episodes also in the sense that I'm actually inking on camera. We actually get to see what the finished piece is starting to look like. So I think that's pretty fun. I think I need to get a different pen for this one. As Ken says, Ghost should totally hold a phone, and you can see that she left someone on read, just some IT humor. I'm gonna ghost you. Don't think I don't appreciate IT humor. Yeah, I think I want to use my other brush pen. Let's see, Kevin says, Julie, man, what an awesome woman. She was a damn sweet woman in person and naughty too, in all the fun ways that can happen at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, I think I met her. I mean, you've actually talked with her and you've interacted with her. I met her one time, I think. I think it was only the one time that I met her, and it was at the table. And she was dressed in character. It was one of those things where I was just happy to say hello, you know. You've had I believe you've had the honor of photographing said Julie, and you actually know her. You actually know her quite well. I'm jealous. But I think it's cool. All right, let me see here. Let's see. Some person says, let's see, Zen Bounty Wars 3, the action adventure. Oh, okay. You're sharing the link. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, the pre-launch page just went up, and I think we've got like 87 people signed up so far. So it's like if we can get as many people as possible to sign up ahead of time, that's just super good. Makes me look nice in front of the publishers, right? We're gonna go live next week on Friday the 27th. That's the day we're planning on going live. So it's gonna be a nice busy end of the month here, going live and getting the Kickstarter ready. Very, very excited about it. Niobe, what's up, dude? Word to the bird, sir. Hey, dude. It's good to see you. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Thanks, dude. Let's see. Kevin says they didn't have cell phones in Ghost Time. Well, they did, but you could use them as weapons, bricks, and and all they had was like those solid ass displays. They were not going to be displaying any imagery. I remember my old cell phone. Good God. Ghosts bangs up in here. I said bangs. I always like how flowy her costume is. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, so the things I'm working on right now is I'm working on Zen number 3 and working on these here commissions and auction pieces. So it's gonna be a nice busy month. It's going to be good. Let me see, where's now I'm looking for another pen. Where are my pens? Oh, there it is. I'm looking everywhere except for the one spot where it is. My desk is a bit of a mess right now. I'll probably take a minute to show what we'll be auctioning off again tonight. For anybody who's just joining us and they didn't see what we were showing before. So if you just popped in, we are auctioning off a couple of things tonight, even though all the pieces that we're working on as far as like the inking and stuff, these are all pieces that have already been spoken for. But we do have some items that we can have some fun with tonight. So I'll show those off in a few minutes. So that way you guys see what we got. Typically, what we do is we're penciling a sketch that we're coming up with together, which is, this is one of the sketches. And then we auction those off at the end of the evening. But we've done enough sketches now that I'm actually behind. I'm behind schedule. So that's why I'm calling these the catch-up episodes. So that way I can get myself caught up and make sure that everybody's going to get their art before we start working on new sketches on the show. In my great effort to be an adult, I plan on catching up before taking more orders. Now, if I do take more commission orders and things like that, transparent with everybody, it's like a lot of these orders are not going to be worked on or completed until these are finished. So there's a lot of work that if I take on any new work, basically I sort of have to tell people, it's like, well, it looks like after the summer is when those pieces might be scheduled for. So I have to make sure that these get done first. And of course, the book deadlines always have to get worked on, so I don't have a choice there. But with the things that I can control, I will control. There we go. I like the way her flowy outfit's coming out. I really like these brush pens. You can get some really bold lines. All right, let me take a little break from there. Let's see. Kevin says, I have to thank David Letterman for bringing us together. He was doing a spot at Comic-Con in 1994, 1995-ish, and they filmed me as a fan shooting her. That's excellent. The 90s were magic, man. The 90s brought us all together. Let's see. Ken says, so your commission list is going to be done by summer. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm digging in, dude. I'm digging in. I'm not as far as any new things that are coming in. The only work that I'll be doing that is and it's because I've already committed to it, and they have to be done in a certain amount of time, is the publishing schedule stuff. So I'm working on Zen number 3. And then I'll be working on the new NIRA-X miniseries for Committed Comics, because we want to have a nice big announcement for San Diego Comic-Con. It's going to be really, really fun. And then I'll be working on Zen number 4, which actually wraps up that miniseries. So there's always at least one issue of something that's going on. That's kind of normal. That's that normal part of the schedule. But the commissions can get out of control. The commissions, because I can just continue taking in orders and taking in orders, and I love the fact that you guys are so patient with me, and it does mean the world that you understand how things like that can add up, and it takes longer and longer to get them done. But the schedule got far enough behind now that it's like, okay, I need to do something proactive to make sure that there's a normal amount of behind schedule, and there's where I am. And I've seen other artists, basically they'll do the silent treatment, kind of like by themselves a little bit of time, but that doesn't make anybody feel good. It's like it kind of makes people feel like you kind of ran off to Mexico with their money or something. So I like to be like really transparent, really honest with everybody. I always like to keep the communication open. It's like, these things came up. It's taking me longer to get the artwork done. It's like, And just talk to people. Let people know what's going on. I think that's the most important thing. So once I get caught up to the point where it's a normal type of schedule, I don't mind being. It doesn't bother me, and it usually doesn't bother most people if you're a couple weeks behind or even like a couple months behind, which is a lot. But when I'm as behind as I am right now, it's like there's some things I'm behind a year, maybe even over a year for some of these pieces. And that's just too much. That's just too much. I got to rein it in, make sure that everybody is taken care of, show everybody that amount of respect, and gratitude. And then we can jump in and we can get behind schedule again. Normal busy is one thing, but I'm very behind right now, so it's good. It's good. Summer 2030. How dare you? Oh my gosh. Night Phoenix, what's up, dude? What's up, Nate? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Hey, you know what? It's thanks to Nate that I'm able to auction off the one special piece that we'll be auctioning off tonight. Nate, I was telling everybody that I've got your link up on the top of the chat. If they scroll all the way to the top of the chat, I've got the link there, and I think I posted it again. Not too far up on the chat. I posted it on there to let everybody know about the Seed Eaters campaign that's going on right now. I think you guys have like 10 days left on that campaign. So I was letting everybody know one of the pieces that we're auctioning off tonight is my variant cover pencils for that piece. So I'm excited about that. I want to see who gets to take that home tonight. I think that'll be fun. I just want to get some of these lines in here real quick. Next week, we're going live with Zen Bounty Wars number 3, which is also starring NIRA-X Cyberangel. So I'm hoping that everybody will support and pick up the issue. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of action, a lot of cool poses, a lot of cool artwork. Yeah, we'll be working on Kevin's piece here for another, say, 15 minutes or so. And then we're going to start working on Christopher Bouchard's piece. Night Phoenix says, awesome, thanks. The campaign is killing it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm super happy it's doing good, dude. Super happy. In fact, let me go through the things that we're auctioning off again tonight for anybody who's popping in. I see that there's a few more people that have popped in afterwards. So we got a couple things going on tonight. The things that we're inking are pieces that are already spoken for. These are pieces. This is why we're calling these episodes for the next month or 3, however long it takes me to catch up. We're calling them the catch-up episodes because I'm catching up. So let me set this off to the side real quick. This is going to be one of. Here we go. Let me pull this back a little bit here. I'm so glad I bought this camera arm. All right, so the first thing we've got tonight is from NIRA-X Reborn number 2. We've got there's a limited print of only 10 of these hollow foil covers for number 2, featuring our boy Chet's character Thalia, the Cyber Demon. We've got a certificate of authenticity on the back. It's 6 out of 10. It's in a hard case, and we've got the NIRA-X nude variant cover of that same issue, and then also the magnetic pin set that we made. This was for NIRA-X's 25th anniversary, and it collects 5 different pins. These magnetic metal pins. This one's Mercy. If it doesn't want to focus in on there, But I think it's a cool magnetic pin set. So we set this off to the side here, so that way I can show you what we got here. The second thing that we're going to auction tonight is an original page from NIRA-X Dark Seas number 3. It's page 6. It's got a cool action shot with Nira on the bottom panel. I really like that pose. And I also have a print with Celeste. She's another one of the Cyberangels from Nira's home world of Oasis, where the Cyberangels currently live. So I got this original page. And then last but not least, I got to make sure the post-its are sticking. We've got the pencils to the variant cover for Night Phoenix Press's Seed Eaters, which is 10 days left on their campaign. These are the pencils for their variant cover. There's a regular version of this cover too that Nate did an awesome job putting some cool clothes on the characters, and the inking and the colors look really cool on the cover. So if you want to check out their campaign, that will be super cool. These are the pencils for that issue. You know, if you picked up the issue and then you also had the original art, that'd be a sweet set. That would be dope. And then I also have a print. This was inked by Mikey Babinski, our good buddy Mikey, and it's actually signed by Mikey and myself. So you get a cool print with both of our signatures on it. We love Slave Leia. Any excuse to draw her is a good one. Those are the 3 things that we're going to be auctioning off tonight. As Kevin says, would you say he planted a seed to help it flourish? Yes. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I'm so happy I have that cover. Mira is awesome. You do have that cover. That's right. Ken says, yeah, the original to that is awesome, Kevin. Yep. Christopher Bouchard says, artwork looks awesome. Thank you, dude. We're going to be working on your piece next. At least putting down some ink for the next hour or so. Drippy and awesome. Very cool. Well, I think we still got like another 10 minutes here to spend with Kevin's artwork. So let's continue on. There we go. Yeah, sometimes I like using those using the pit pens, using the felt tip pens. But sometimes I like using these brush pens. Actually, like about as close to a real brush as I typically get. I do really like working with a real brush, but these are just so darn convenient. If I break out a real brush, I've got to have a place to wash them. Gotta have a little tub of water. A little bit more maintenance. Just can't walk away. You know, the way her costume is, I'm not sure if she's going to have cool battle damage or if she's just going to be missing some costume. Why do my characters always miss their costume? It's a running theme in my work, I've noticed. Okay, let me grab a different pen here. Yeah, very cool, dude. Yeah, we're gonna be working on it for the second half of the show, so we're gonna spend some time with it. Chris says, just got done watching a 12-hour auto race. Oh, that's awesome. From Florida, and my team, Pensport finished 1-2 overall. Very cool, dude. I got some friends, they love to watch the races. Sometimes he's got like a couple different screens up at the same time. It's like I don't know, he's got it hooked up, but it's pretty cool. Gets to watch from different angles and stuff. And I don't know if it's because he might be watching more than one race at a time, I think is what it does. I popped in on him a couple of times where he's watching a couple of races at the same time. I see Kevin says, let's see, missing is the right way to go. She ghosted right out of him. She may have to do the same thing to Nira. It could be. I think Nira's just wearing boots. That could be a possibility. It's awfully cold in there. Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what's going on here in a minute. I think Ghost is still going to be wearing her belt, though. We don't want her to be too underdressed. She'll still have a belt. There we go. I take it back. She's probably wearing gloves too. I like the little cuffs of her gloves too much to not draw her gloves. Cold? They should stop fighting and work on warming up. Let's see, belt and translucent cloak. She still has to try to be scary. Yeah, I still have her cloak. She's got to have her cloak. Christopher says, sad that Sam Keith, the creator, passed away. Yeah, that really hit us hard today. That's a big hit. And a lot of people were already sad about, like Chuck Norris passing away, and there's been some things happening. But Sam is like, wow. I think he was only, I want to say he was only 63, something like that. And I realize a lot of people, myself included, I really didn't know how much he was going through with the condition that he had. It's a lot to deal with that, and so. That was a really big hit today. Really big hit. Mighty Geek, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us, dude. Alyssa Cameron appears again. Oh yeah, Nate. Yeah, Sam Keith passed away today, dude. He had been battling. I forgot what type of. He had a condition. It was essentially in the same wheelhouse as Alzheimer's and dementia, that type of wheelhouse. And I feel for his, I feel for his wife. I feel for his family. My mom had the same thing. We took care of her. We literally took care of her here at home for, I think it was like 8 years before she passed. And that's Sam had something similar to that. And honestly, he's been kind of like under the radar for me for the past few years. Back in the '90s, we were very involved in this and that, and he did some covers for Parody Press when we were publishing. My friend Don, who was our publisher at Parody Press, he knows Sam. He's just part of our circle, and so yeah, it's a big hit. Kevin says, "Oh, Lewy body dementia. Yes, that's what it was called. Yeah, it's a horrific degenerative condition, often described as sharing characteristics of both Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease." That was the mix. Yeah, my mom had a mix of Alzheimer's and dementia, but Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, that's just awful. So I'm glad he's found some peace, and I'm hope his family is at peace with everything. So you definitely don't want to see somebody that you don't want to see people suffer, and he was going through a lot with that. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to say everything comes in threes, but a lot of times it does. It's been a bad week. It has been a bad week. So we're trying to honor Sam tonight with a little bit of artwork, a little bit of comics. Continue on, kind of low key. Dedicate the episode to him. Like so many of us, enjoyed his work, and his work was a big part of whatever era it was that you were growing up in. With his stuff with the Max and everything in the '90s, the animation from MTV back in the day. But I'm glad that we're taking the opportunities that we can to do things with each other and spend the time with each other that we can while we're here. I think that's super important, instead of finding reasons to kind of be pissed off at each other or find weird reasons to fight or whatever. Kind of wakes me up to that sort of thing. Just being grateful. Let's see, get a little close up here. Yeah. We made some good progress on your piece here, Kevin. You're saving me a lot of time by not making me draw this whole costume. But that's always my evil plan, isn't it? You know me too well. All right, I'll leave that there for a moment, and then we'll take a minute and we'll get warmed up so we can start working on the next piece. I know, right? Holy crap! Don't give people ideas, dude. Do not take Morgan Freeman. My Geek says most of us are still waiting to see when the Grim Reaper will get out of the ICU. Yep. I'm sure when he's done actually giving Heaven a pair of wings, he'll probably get around to helping him out. You know he's up there making all kinds of new memes. Night Phoenix agrees. It's like, I know, right? Let's see. We all know that less is more. More or less. Yes. Agreed. Ken says Shatner's 95th birthday is tomorrow. Ugh, we still got him and he looks great. So far, so good, man. You know, it's like, you know, he rides his horses. He's kind of a ranch country guy, you know, so it's like he's tougher than most people. He gets outside. He does things. He chops wood, you know. He does farm stuff. Not like me. I sit on my butt most of the time. I got to start riding my bike. That's what I got to start doing. Cat's got me on a mission now to get in a little bit better health. So I'm no longer a kid in marching band in high school anymore, so I don't have that workout anymore. So I'm gonna have to start finding some things to stay active. And one of the things I really do like doing is riding my bike. So I think that might be one of the things that I will invest in. I'm very unhappy with the condition of my current bike. So there's going to be a new bike coming. As soon as I can get a new bike, I'm going to grab a new bike. All right, we've got Julie Strain. This will be a little bit rougher around the edges, a little bit more bold. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. This is going to be some parts I'm not going to be able to ink really while we're on the air, because it's going to be like a little bit too adult for the tubes, as it were. But we'll get around. We'll ink around all the different pieces, and then once these pieces start getting completed, the black and whites, I'll start posting them. I'll start posting the black and white ones on the Patreon page, and possibly on my X account, just because, you know, X doesn't care what you post. Facebook has a lot of rules, so I can't really post everything on Facebook without censoring the heck out of it. And then when we get some time to start coloring some of these pieces, then we're going to start posting those on the Patreon page too. So, as Ken says, he got the Raisin Bran gut. He's had that dad bod for a long time, I tell you that. But you know what? He keeps going. Keeps going. He's stronger than most people, I tell you. And he's been to space. He's strong enough to be sent to space at his age. So if that doesn't say something about the man's health. All right, let's see. Let me get a little bit closer here while I'm doing some of her face details. Because we want to make sure that Julie is looking badass. I think at some point when I start getting some time, I think I want to do like a painting of Julie in her Factu costume. That could be something really fun. We get a nice mean look on her face. She's always so cool. guys always give me really, really cool ideas to work on. So I'm working on all these pieces right now is just gravy. So fun. Like, how many times can I flip my paper around? I just want to make sure I get that nice little curl on her lip. I want her to have a little attitude. Yeah, looking good, looking good. I see Kevin says bold and rough. So more like Beasley or Tina Turner. Because she loves doing things nice and rough. Badass Julie. Why didn't you draw her turned around or put a mirror behind her? That would have been funny. That actually would have been funny. You actually had me second guessing and looking at the piece just in case. But no, I think the piece stands. I think the piece stands. Yeah, Beasley is definitely the king of just I don't know. His artwork just looks like rock and roll to me. You know what I mean? It's rough, but it's like so detailed. It's just got so much attitude to it. Can't help but love it, man. Just want to add a little thing to her choker. Gotta have that attitude. All right, let's see where we go from here. All good, dude. Let's squeeze some ink out of this thing here, because our hair is going to have all kinds of curls and stuff to it. Start getting closer to all of her little armor bits before we get to other parts of her. See, I might have to figure out the trajectory of her sword and some other things here before I go too far. This is why I like this this brush pen so much. I mean, it really does give me that brush look. Just the way that it. I mean, it is a brush, but it really does a good job of giving me those brush effects that I want. Spikes always look easy until you start drawing them. They're totally worth it once you get them in there. Halo her hair coming down here like this. And once the hair starts filling in a little bit, she starts looking really cool. All right, I gotta get some solid pieces in here. Christopher says it looks awesome. Can't wait. I'm glad you're digging it, dude. She's a cool character, man. It's like, love drawing her. Sometimes you can get a smooth line and sometimes you can't. So luckily this time it agreed with me. Sometimes it doesn't want to. It's like, you want to draw a straight line? How about no? That's exactly the voice my drawings take. There we go. Now we're talking. Just wanted to make sure what direction things were moving in. This is dry. That's another thing I like about this brush. Like, it dries fairly quickly for the most part. Still got to be careful. But usually it's pretty good. All right, I'll pull this back just a little bit. Yeah. All right, let me give that a little bit of a rest. Let me see if I can catch up with you guys here real quick. Yeah, see, Ken says the middle string between her boobs is working overtime. So much. It might actually end up breaking in the final ink. This one is supposed to go just a little bit more adult than where it's at. So it might be a little on the revealing side. Kevin says it's reinforced with Kevlar, bulletproof. But if it suddenly gets cold, it may fail. Yeah, Christopher is reminding us this will be not safe for work, kiddies. It's right. I think we'll still have the bottoms like pretty much where it's at, but the top is definitely going to be ripped up. So I'll get the outside shapes and stuff for the top. But as far as like where the costume is actually falling, it's like that's you have to see that on the Patreon page, I think. Christopher will get to see it in person. displayed some like a little gilded, some little gilded details here and there. She got this blade from a fancy place. Always like to put like little weird details on stuff, especially with with a fantasy sword. You can get kind of carried away and like put some like cool details on it, like make you wonder why they had that on there and stuff. I like stuff like that. It's not exactly Damascus steel, but you guys did something to it. There's something weird to it. Some kind of layered thing going on. I see Ken says Fact 2 is cool and all, but has she been on has she been on Apple TV? Are you talking about like NIRA-X Cyberangel? Yeah, I gotta remember to put that in the credits of the books. I gotta make sure that people remember she's NIRA-X is on Apple TV on SideQuest episode 2. Everybody has to know. Everybody has to know. Cruiser says no bottoms if that's possible. Totally possible. That'll work. That'll work. We will definitely hook that up. That'll be cool. Mental note has been given. Harley, what's up? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Let's see. I think we still got a half hour left in the show, so we should make some pretty good progress on this. I want to get some of her armor bits kind of drawn in here. There we go. Maybe put a couple of dents and stuff in here. She's been shot at. Kevin is asking, why is she even dressed? It must have gotten snagged on some debris. The no bottom request begs the question: jungle, triangle, landing strip, or Brazilian? Those are all excellent questions. I'm going to have to, unless I get specific instructions or request, I'm going to have to let the canvas decide when I actually get there. Because those are good questions to have. You got to know. All right, let's see if we can get some of these outer shapes taken care of. Yeah, if there's a preference, you could definitely voice it. That's totally cool. And I will talk to the designer and see about adding that in. Other than that, I will gladly go with the vibe of the piece. Kevin says, it's like, you forgot the bill, smooth and bare. That's true, but I'm a man of variety. And see, Christopher says, Bill, I will let you decide on that question. Excellent, man. Excellent. Yeah, I'll trust the canvas on that one. We'll see what the paper tells me to do. Courtney is saying Demi Moore 80s Bush for sure. That's the Brazilian. Night Phoenix says, that looks awesome. Thanks, dude. Kevin says, trimmed in the shape of an arrow to lead the wayward soul astray. Kevin says the Brazilian isn't as nice a bill. Yeah, I think I'll put something light. I think I'll put light, something resembling a landing strip. You do want to. I kind of do want it to be in the shape of her bottom piece, like so that way when she's wearing the piece, like that's why you don't see it. So it would make sense if it was just like something light underneath there. But I don't see Julie being like completely like anime bear or modern bear, I should say. Ken says, I thought the bill was the upside down Starfleet emblem, like in the Mercy Spock piece. See, you know me too well. That's like that same design that I used with Katrina Locks. Basically, the Cyberangel turned bad. Kevin says, you would remember that one, Ken. Hell yeah. Okay, let me see here. I can get some of these holding lines set up. And like the human compass. Drawing human compasses. For medical purposes only, I swear. You see where I have to strategically leave things uninked. But that's okay. That's okay. It's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. Let's see if we can fit in how the rest of our hair is going to be lined up here. Let's see. Got that here. Got that here. Cool. Let's see where the rest of her hair is going to go. Let me see. Do I want the wind blowing? I'm going to give her a big armored arm over here. Let me see. Let me do this in pencil real quick. I want to see what it looks like. There you are. Yeah, so I got this here, got this here. You know what? It actually would look cool if her hair was just kind of ridiculously long out this way. Yeah, I think I like that. Is good, is good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure before I committed to that. I had to ask my council of elders. At some point, I'm going to add some black splatter to this. I think that would look dope. Let's see. Kevin says, no, she had a bit of dental floss. Let's see. Why did I get a notification of Zen 3 just now? And it was posted 4 minutes ago, but you were here. So it couldn't have been you. Is Kat posting for you? I don't think so. I think she's resting. She's either resting or having some food or chilling out. A lot of times when she chills out, she likes to do some like some knitting or some crochet, just kind of like chill or play some video games. So she's not posting. She's not posting things. I think Facebook is lying. Somebody's lying. Ken says it was a pubic pasty type of thing, wasn't it? There we go with the Post-its again. You mean it was a merkin? Not that I know of for sure. I think the just embraced that '90s bad girl vibe and kept some tease to the eyes. Yeah, there was always like a little bit of cover up. Let's see. Ken says if it wasn't, it is now an entirely different comic in my mind. I think I'm feeling confused. Too much drooling has left me dehydrated and dazed. Ken says talking about the Exodus series. Oh yeah. Katrina Locks was wearing a pasty type thing, but with the black and white printing, it was hard to tell where the costume ended and the skin began. I know. I kind of took advantage of that back then because it was a black and white book. It does leave a little bit more to the you can leave a lot to the imagination, even though you're being like very straightforward with what you're drawing. You know what I mean? It's like, so yeah, but she basically had like you know what? She was like one of the first people to ever do black tape project. That's what it was. It was like a pasty type of thing where it's like a little tiny bits of costume were just stuck to their skin, covering up strategically. See, I came up with the black tape project. I'm the originator. You can thank me and electrical tape. Kevin says, oh, you were talking about Katrina. Now I understand where you're getting at. Yep. Exactly. Night Phoenix says, love those Faber-Castell pens. Yeah, me too. Yeah, the Pitt pens are the best. It's like, well, they're the best for me. The Pigma pens, like tons of people swear by them. It's like I watch Frank draw with his, and it's just like it comes out awesome. You know, it's just like, but I don't know what it is about when I use the Pigma pens. Like the lines don't come out as dark or as crisp as they do with these Faber-Castell pens. I really like these right here. And then when I erase away the pencil, these actually hold on to the paper a little bit better than the Pigma ones. When I erase pencil out from underneath the Pigma pens, there's usually a little bit of the black lifts up with it. So it's like, it's very disappointing. But I mean, it's like if Pigma pens is what I have, that's what I'm going to use. I just happen to have a decent supply of these Pitt pens, and if I have a choice, I'll keep on buying the Pitt pens. Ken says Katrina, the black tape pioneer. She is, dude. Like straight up. Maurice, what's up, dude? Say hey everybody, late but I made it. Excellent. We're glad you're hanging out with us tonight, dude. We got we still got 15 minutes before we're going to start doing any kind of auction thing or whatever. So we're working on I'm sure you know from before, maybe you saw the thing. It's we're working on catching up. These are the catch-up episodes. So we're catching up on everybody's commissions and on their auction art. And then we got completely separate things that we're going to be auctioning off for the auction portion of the evening. So I'll show you what those things are at midnight, which is 15 minutes away. Kevin says it wasn't black tape. It was the last remnants of the Comics Code Authority clinging to her. Yep. I think she was definitely one of the last people to try and just Get rid of the Comics Code Authority. My goodness. Ken says, I prefer the Ligma pens. I'm sure you meant to say Pigma. My ligament pens. Kevin saying, welcome to Mo. Excellent. Let's see. Night Phoenix says, I discovered Kuretake pens. Really enjoyed those too. I think, were those the ones that you mentioned last week? I think you mentioned those before and I forgot to look them up. Because I was always like trying out different pens just to see like what the deal is and see if, because you never know, man. Sometimes you find a pen that just works better for you, but you don't know until you try them. So it's like one of those things. I do the same thing with white paint pens. I tried so many different freaking white pens, trying to find the ones that suit my needs. Kevin is asking 143. So is Julia saying, I love you? Yep. That is exactly what she's saying. She's saying, I love you, but she's saying it with such an attitude that I'm not sure your life is safe. You know what I mean? Or maybe she's being sarcastic when she's saying it. She certainly looks like she's going to kill somebody. So there could be some sarcasm with this 143 situation here. There we go. I'm going to start filling in some of this area here where her hair is going to be behind her body. Make your hair real chunky. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere here. I like all these like just weird textures and stuff. I always like doing that. I'll probably go in with some white and add in some little texture lines into the black of her hair a little bit. But we got a lot of work done on yours tonight, Christopher. Dude, we got a lot of work done on this. Ken says ligma as in ligma balls. Sorry, I'm 12. Oh, that shit made me laugh. I knew it. Yeah, that's why I love you guys. Ken says the 143 armor giving off Judge Dredd vibes. Yeah, when I think of Beasley art too, that's one of the first things that pops into my head too is Judge Dredd artwork. It's just so freaking rock and roll with it, dude. Night Phoenix says we were talking about the Trance and Brush set last week. Enjoy those too. Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go. I gotta write this stuff down before I forget. There's so many cool tools out there, dude. And then I want to start doing bigger pieces. If I can, and like maybe next year I'll start doing bigger pieces. I want to do like canvas pieces. Christopher says, looks fantastic. And wait to see the full Not Safe for Work artwork. Thanks again. Very cool, dude. I'm glad you like, man. Yeah, we're almost getting close to the end of the evening. So we're just about done here as far as what we're doing on your piece for tonight. But we're gonna I'll continue working on it over the next few days. Yeah, I can't wait to show you the finished piece, dude. There we go. Get a little texture in here behind the sword. Her hair is kind of coming over here behind her body a little bit, so gotta make sure. Now I figure we're still gonna have the ring right here with these 4 straps, but I'm not gonna have the bottom strap. That way she still has that badass look with her costume, but she'll have the bottom strap down. She'll have the bottom strap off, so it should be sexy. Should be a badass. Nice. We'll do one more little piece on her. There we go. Yeah, I like that. She's coming together, my friends. She's coming together. All right, let me put these pens over here. You hear me dropping everything on my table. Very cool. Chris saying thanks again to Ken. Very cool, dude. Excellent. He's put it good. I'm going to put a ring on it. All right. Well, these are our 2 pieces that we're working on for tonight. Oh, a lot of these pieces they're all going to be in multiple stages of getting worked on, but the whole point is to make sure that we get all caught up with all of the pieces that are already spoken for. So let me set these off to the side. I'm going to let you guys know we have 3 different auction thingies that are happening tonight. One is going to be the NIRA-X Reborn special. So I've got a copy. This is the nude variant to NIRA-X Reborn number 2. And then I also have the sealed NIRA-X Reborn number 2. This is the hollow foil cover. And I think I only have one of these that are actually out to a person, if I remember correctly. There's only one in a drawer that belongs to somebody, because I think we had that in a previous auction. We haven't actually put these out for sale yet. So there's, this is number 6 out of 10. There's a certificate authenticity on the back. And then you're also going to get the 25th anniversary pin set which has 5 different Cyberangel pins on the inside with a certificate. And similar to this right here, actually, this is one of them. They're metal on the back, and they come with a separate magnet. So that way you put the magnet behind your shirt, and you put this on the front, and that's how it sticks to your clothing. Is use a little magnet instead of a pin. They're really cool. I really like the way that they came out. This is the way the NIRA-X one came out. It was for the 25th anniversary. So this is going to be the first auction. I'll show you all 3 of them before we get started. The second auction is going to be an original page from NIRA-X Dark Seas number 3. It's page 6, and it also comes with a print, which we only made 25 of these prints. This is number 21 out of 25, and this is Celeste. She's one of the other Cyberangel characters in the story. So we have this original page, and we have the original art to Night Phoenix's book Seed Eaters. It's on Kickstarter right now. I think they have like 10 days left. Oh, here we go. Now you can see it. You got 10 days left. The link is in the chat. It's all the way up at the top. If you scroll all the way up to the top, if you want to find their Nate's Kickstarter, this is my variant cover. There's 2 variant covers. One has got the regular version, which has them clothed, and then this is the pencils for the nude version. And then it also comes with a signed print that I did with our good friend Mikey Babinski. He did the inks on this one for me. We did a little Slave Leia, had some Return of the Jedi fun. So these are the 3 pieces that we've got for tonight. I gotta make sure these little Post-its stick on here. Keep us safe, you know what I'm saying? So 3 light, well, I got 2 light things and 1 really cool thing. Because the Seed Eater pencils, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you guys went over to, if you got the original artwork here and you got the book off the campaign, that would be a sweet set to have the actual original artwork to the cover. That would be sweet. So let me put this here. I'll just get this rolling for a second while I get our first auction for the evening. And if you want to bid on it, that's awesome. The only thing you have to do is write the word bid next to your bid. This is for the NIRA-X Reborn set. This is for all 3 things are in the same package. I'm just going to write things down here while we go. Kevin with the 1 bid fits all. You guys going to let Kevin get this for $1? Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's going to happen? You never know, dude. Thanks, Kevin. Getting things rolling. So this is for this set. You know what? It's literally midnight right now. So this will go till 12:05. I let it go for 5 minutes, and then I do a 10-second countdown. And I do the 10-second countdown. I type it into the chat. So if you happen to be watching us from our Facebook page or anything like that, please come over to our YouTube channel at Bill Mouse Art. You'll see us live there. And if you're here, you're on YouTube, look at the top of your chat box where it says, it probably says something like Top Chat or Live Chat. If it says Top Chat, click on that, please. And then click on the option that says Live Chat. That way we're all in the same chat at the same time. Because when I get down to 0, we get to see, that's the chat that I go by as far as, so if somebody snipes at the last second or anything like that, we'll know if that got in the nick of time or not, because we're all using the same chat, so there's no question. Kevin says, that's my Chuck Norris bid. Don't think about it. Paul in the house. Limp Biscuit, $3 bid, y'all. You're awesome, dude. I will write down your $3. I respect your $3, my friend. That bid is as queer as a $3 bill. Ken says, okay then, Invasion 2 SA bid. I'm going to write that down even though you're already bid with a 3. That's okay, man. That is okay. Night Phoenix in the house with a Ben 10 bid. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Night Phoenix in here with the Ben 10. Awesome, awesome. Basket. Paul meant basket. All right, Night Phoenix. High hand in the house for this special. And one of the only hollow foils of that cover, too. Ken says, I thought we were doing Chuck Norris pun bids. You can. You totally can. Totally open. We can honor Chuck Norris. That's fine. I support that. For 5 exact minutes, I will support that. You guys. All right, you got 3 minutes left. Nate is going to grab this for $10, man. Are you guys going to let him grab this for $10? Look, I turned it on its side. I turned it on its back. It's got little stickers, got little things on the inside, a little certificate in there. And it's the last one. It's the very last one. I have no more. The only ones I have left are the loose ones. The loose 5 thingies. But that's the beauty of doing the auction, man. Sometimes you get something for a good price. Kevin says Chuck Norris isn't on the $20 bill. It's one Chuck bid. All right, I'm assuming that's for a 20. Thanks, Kevin. He should be on the $20 bill. Should be on. There you go. Thank you. On. Ken says the pins come with a bookmark, people. It comes with a bookmark. Ken knows. He already has one. All right, less than 1 minute to go. This will be good. This will be good. Kevin currently in the house. High hand with 20. Less than a minute left to go. And then I will, what I'll do is I'll hop out into the pop-out chat. I know most of you guys already know because we do this every week, but if there's anybody new, I always repeat myself because there might be somebody new who's watching and maybe they haven't been commenting. They're just watching, seeing how it is that we do stuff, do things. I know how to speak English. And so what I do is I hop out into the pop-out chat with everybody else. I leave my StreamYard software and I do a 10-second countdown in the chat with everybody else. So that way we're all basically the same timing. That's the most important thing to me, is making sure it's the same timing. All right, so Kevin currently in here with 20. I'm heading out to the pop-out chat now. It is time. I'm going to start counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have an interruption. Paul in the house with 25. Thanks, Paul. And we stopped at 6. I'm continuing with 5, 4, 3, 2. We have an interruption at 2. Kevin says, make it a 30 bid. Thank you, dude. Paul back in the house with 31. Thanks, dude. Night Phoenix just a little bit too late with the 31. Paul still has the high hand. Kevin says 35. Yes, bid. Thank you, dude. Paul back in here with 36. All right, continuing the countdown from 2. We're going 1, marking it as sold with a 000, and all right, let me scroll up a little bit, make sure who got what. It looks like it's Kevin with 39. Please, everybody, congratulate Kevin. That's awesome. Thank you, dude. Too many puns. Please, everybody, congratulate Kevin. That was a good little run there at the end. That was a good run. Night Phoenix says, tried too many puns. Congratulations to Kevin. Very cool. Paul says, congratulations. Kevin says, triple 13 was lucky for me. Night Phoenix says, congrats. Very, very cool. Paul says, never too many puns. All right, Kevin, I'm going to put this aside for you. Thank you so much, dude. I'm going to start setting up the next ones. Kevin says, thank you. Very, very cool. Paul says, we're going to have pun till Daddy takes the T-bird away. All right, our next one is the Dark Seas original page that comes with the Celeste print. Let me see, let me put this up here like this so you can actually see it. There we go. These are the 2 pieces up here like this. So this is for the Dark Seas piece. It is, let's see, a 12:10 will start. So at 12:15, we will end the auction for this original page. So we're not going to start yet. We're going to start in exactly 2 minutes. Oh, thanks, Paul. Paul says Celeste is gorgeous. Very, very cool, dude. Kevin says, this is the one bid you've been scrolling for. Christopher Bouchard saying congrats. Very, very cool. Yeah, Kevin did it. Kevin did a good little snipe there at the end. Got it in there before, just as the things were posting. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I really like this pose. This is cool. Like turning around and like firing and shooting this guy in the face. I'm just like, yeah. And I really like this paper. Check out the paper that the Celeste print is printed on. It's like, they call it shattered glass because it does that thing. Does that little reflection. It's pretty cool. I like it. Paul says, takes 2 to tango bid. All right, Paul's starting us off. Thanks, Paul. Paul is starting us off with 2 to tango. Ken says, not often you see Celeste with the veil. Without the veil. That's right. That's right. I usually draw her with a little veil on her face. Kevin says, without, you mean Ken? Yeah, without. There you go. Yeah, it is a very 90s print. You know, she's celebrating her 33rd anniversary this year, and we did this print for her 25th anniversary. I was very surprised. I guess happened to have a few left over in my little archive box. So I'm just like, okay, it's time to let these go. Time to let these go outside. Was that a kid, Kevin? Bid? I know. Was that a bid, Kevin? I know, right? No, he didn't say bid. He didn't say bid in it. Kevin says, Celeste shall be revealed soon. All right, we'll continue along with the bidding. Paul currently in the house with $2. But Paul is back in the house with Chuck Norris, born in 40 bid. Now we're talking. Thanks, dude. There's 40 and a Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris. I'm going to start talking like from a different country. Chuck Norris, born in 40. Very good. Revealed. Ken is like, nice, Paul. That was a good pun for that one. That was a good pun for that one. We honor Chuck Norris, and it was a good bid. Excellent. That's a twofer. He was. Good one. Excellent, excellent. All right, we got 4 minutes left. We'll let this go till 12:15. Paul in the house right now with 40 for this original page and print. It was March 10th day in 1942. I thought you typed Mario. I thought you were going to make a Nintendo pun. Paul says, can't afford to bid Chuck ages before payday. Don't age before payday. Fatang, what's up, dude? Fatang says, Chuck does not age. He levels up. Hey, man. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, dude. Kevin says, I did make a Nintendo pun as he was born on March 10th. Mario. It is a Nintendo pun. It's a me. It's a Mario. That movie would have been very different if Chuck Norris had played Mario. Just wondering how that would have played out. That would have been nice. Kevin says, I won't say level 86 with the B word. No, you have a lot of things. You have a lot of things waiting. You got a lot of things in your queue right now. So you're good. You're good. Paul says, all world records are held by Chuck. The Guinness Book of the Records is all that came the closest. I love that. Today my feed was all Chuck Norris jokes, man. It was pretty awesome. Every meme that you could think of was popping up in my feed. Ken says Chuck Norris plays Mario and finds the princess in the first castle. Just imagine that someone will make that parody happen soon. It's a possibility, right? I mean, things can happen. Kevin says it felt like the 90s again. All right, less than 1 minute left to go. Paul in the house with 40. I think he's going to keep the high hand in the house. You might get a good deal on this page, dude. That would be fantastic. I want you to feel good about winning a prize today. All right, I'm getting ready to pop out into the pop out chat. Yeah, Kevin says, I think Paul needs that one. You deserve it. Oh, thanks, dude. Night Phoenix says that page is super clean. I appreciate it, dude. Chris Dehan in the house. What's up, man? Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Kimber, 45 bid. Awesome, awesome. The current high hand in the house, 45. From Chris Dehan, our good friend. And it is 12:15, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to pop out into the pop out chat, as it were. Start the 10-second countdown. And here we go with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marking at 000 to mark it as sold, and it is sold. Let me scroll up real quick, make sure that nothing got missed. It is Chris Dehan coming in from out of the blue with 45. Thanks, man. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. Coming out to hang out with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Kevin says, congrats. Excellent. Night Phoenix says, congrats. Very, very good. You got a cool page, dude. Got a very cool page. Chris Dehan says, thanks. Awesome, awesome, man. Yeah, I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight, dude. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. Let's see here. I need to write your name on the back of this one. Make sure we keep this safe for you, my friend. Fatang says, I could not think of a Chuck pun dealing with 50. We had some good puns, though. We had some good puns. You guys were doing good. Chris Dehan says, Desert Eagle 50. There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta pop this stuff out. All right, let me make sure these Post-its are on here. Good. This is our last one of the evening. This is the variant cover. Let me make sure. Okay, I've got this. I've got this. This is the variant cover to Seed Eaters. The campaign is currently up right now from Night Phoenix Press. And they got about 10 days left to go. Nate will tell you, because Nate's here with us tonight. Let's see, I'll turn this one sideways here so that way you can. And then I've got a Slave Leia print. This is a print, not an original. And it was inked by our good friend Mikey, our good friend, our good pal, Mikey Babinski. He's done a lot of work for Marvel, DC, and all them guys. He inked this one. We like doing a lot of pieces together. So I penciled this. He inked it up. Slave Leia, always a good choice. So, and it's signed by both him and I. So it's nice that we got his signature on this one. I really like that. And then these are the pencils for the nude variant for Seed Eaters. So let me set up a little page thing for this. It is going to be 12:20. So we're going to let this go until 12:25. Give it 5 minutes, and then we'll do a 10-second countdown. Yeah, if you ended up getting the book from the campaign and also the original art, that would be cool. That would make a cool set. That would be sweet. Oh, let me there you go. That way you can see the top of her head. There you go. Cool. Let's see. Paul says, "Wouldn't be a stream without a big D win." Kevin says, "Chuck does not recognize 50. He stopped aging at 39." Fatang says, "It had to be a Chuck pun. No exceptions for me." Kevin says, "Swipe right on this one bid." Got you, Kevin. Getting things started. Thanks, dude. Starting the things off with a bang with the $1 bid. Thanks, dude. Let's see. Ken says, Cyberangel Delta Force bid $5. Nicely done. Nicely done. Your 5 has been noted, my friend. Cyberangel Delta Force. You get an extra point for that. That's pretty good. Paul says, missing in action 2 bid. Already beat out by the 5, but I'm going to write this down anyway because I like the pun. I respect it. Chris Dehan in the house. Twice daily bid. Twice daily. That's 2. That's 2 again. But Ken's in the house with 5 currently. But Chris Dehan says, no, lucky 7 bid. All right, currently the high hand is 7, my friends. Excellent. Kevin says, the octagon bid. Hell yeah, 8 for Kevin. You're making me do some deciphering on the ball, on the nose. Kevin with the high hand in the house with $8. Are you gonna let him take this for $8? Chris D. Hand in the house with the 10-spot bid. Thanks, dude. Ken back in the house with Walker 10-6 Texas Ranger bid. You know what? It's close enough, dude. Because I read it as Walker Texas Ranger. So we're good. We're good. Ken in the house with 10. But, you know, you already got beat. But I really like that pun. Paul in the house. Minutes of an episode of Walker Texas Ranger. 43 minutes bid. Well done, dude. Well done. 43. That's awesome. Now you're thinking outside the box. That's why I love you guys. This is good. Kevin says I should have started with a force of one bid. Oh, that would have been a good one to start with at one. Yep. I'm glad you said it anyway. Because we want to get as many as we can tonight. All right. Paul is in here with the amount of minutes in an episode of Walker Texas Ranger. 43 minutes. That's excellent. I like that. All right, so we got 3 minutes left. We're good. We're good. Plenty of time. Not 43 minutes. 3 minutes. I can hear the gears turning. You guys are thinking of some puns. Kevin says, first movie, The Wrecking Crew. 1968 bid. Nice. Bro, that's nicely done. Nicely done. 68 for Kevin. Chris Dehan in the house with 69. You know what? The 69 bid is secure. Traditions have been upheld. Excellent work, Chris. Kevin's like, I knew I left that option open. I knew I left that open, but I had to. Well, the thing is, the Wrecking Crew thing was like that. That was worth letting that one go for, because that was a good. You drew some good lines there. That's good. Let's see. Paul says it's not about outbidding people. It's about outpunning them. All right, still got 2 minutes left. We're doing good, doing good. Lots of good puns. We kept our 69 tradition, which is awesome. All right, less than 1 minute left to go, and then we're going to start the 10-second countdown. Chris Dehan in the house with 69, my friends. Let's see, Chris says it's a real punishment when it gets down in the countdown. Nicely done. Nicely done. Kevin says the puns are winding me. Winding me or winding you? Are you leaving you winded? That's when you call in Frank Castle. Yeah, I got to watch that Spider-Man trailer again. I kind of enjoyed the Spider-Man trailer. I got to see what's gonna be happening. All right, the current high hand in the house is Chris Dehan with 69. So I'm gonna be hopping out to the pop out chat, starting a 10-second countdown with everybody, and we'll go from there, my friends. Oh, we already have an interruption at the 9. Fatang, Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee was in 70. Nice, nicely done. 1970. Fatang was 7. All right, I'll write it down. Then we're going to start the 10-second countdown. All right. Was that Rogue? That was not Rogue in the trailer. There's no way. There is no way that was Rogue. Now, the hair was definitely homaging Rogue, But when they actually have Rogue cast, as far as like the new X-Men and stuff, I think they're going to get. I have a feeling they're going to get an actress that we already know. There's some kind of name brand or something. All right, Chris Dehan, 71 Chevelle bid. And then Kevin comes back with Game of Death with 78. So Kevin currently has the high hand in the house. We're starting that 10-second countdown. We're past our time. We're starting it up with 9, 8. Got an interruption. Chris Dehan with the boob bid. Traditions have been upheld. This is a tradition that Courtney started. Yes. Excellent. All right, the boob bid has been secured, ladies and gentlemen. Continuing the countdown now with 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. All right, we do have an interruption. The octagon was an 80, so it's fitting. But you're still beat by Chris Dehan. He's got the boob bid. It's 80.08. He's beating you by 8 cents. All right, here we go. We left off at 3. Countdown continuing with 2, 1. Marking it 000 to mark it as sold. And it is sold, ladies and gentlemen. Scrolling up. Chris Dehan is the winner. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. Awesome. With the boob bid. Making Courtney proud. This is excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Kevin was like, I know, I didn't say bid. You guys are awesome. Night Phoenix says, yeah, I knew that was going to blow up. Kevin says, congrats. Very, very cool. Fatang says, I hit enter too early for the 70 bid. I was trying to wait on that one. Chris Dehan saying thank you. Very, very cool. Night Phoenix Press saying congrats. Fatang says congrats. Excellent, excellent. That was tense. That was tense. That was a good time. That was a good Saturday right there. Here we go. I'll put the bounty for the evening up on the screen. That way people can see what the bounty was for the evening. We got a lot of stuff tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on tonight. Oh, look at that. I put this way up here. Here we go. There we go. All right. Paul says, awesome. All good night, Seattle. Yep. We're just about to wrap up and say good night for sure. Thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. Thanks, Paul. Kevin says, I didn't even say bid on Game of Death. That was the Lee Norris flick. Oh, man. Night Phoenix says, I love those platform heels on that one. I know. I really like drawing those. Those are cool. I like how those look on a chick for sure. Kevin says, oops, correction, 72 Way of the Dragon. I got things mixed up. You see what happens? It's the pressure. It's the pressure of doing it like in the moment. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to get it in here and there's like the timer's going. Other people are bidding. It's the pressure, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the pressure. Man, thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out with me tonight. This was a fun Saturday. I'm glad that we're working on the catch-up episodes and making sure that we get, caught up, but still having some fun at the end of the night. I really love doing these. These are a lot of fun. Yeah, Kevin was saying, trying to remember the order of things. I know, right? But I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope next week treats everybody good. Night Phoenix says, we're $100 away from crushing another stretch goal. Please, everybody, let me see. Oh, you know what? I'll put it in, for anybody who's watching the show afterwards, let me go ahead and just throw this link in the chat real quick. So that way people see it. if you guys want to go check out the go check out my variant cover that's over there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And please support the campaign. I got the Zen campaign. The Zen campaign is a guest starring NIRA-X. Zen Bounty Wars #3 is going to go live next week. But if I can get everybody, if I get as many people as possible to sign up ahead of time, just for on the pre-launch page, just for the notifications, and that way we can get a lot of numbers there, because it creates buzz and it gets other people kind of interested in seeing what it's about and stuff like that. So it helps out a lot if everybody would sign up over there as well. That would be super, super cool. We're very excited about getting that book out to everybody so we can do some fun stuff together and share some cool stories. But hey, it's the end of the evening. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, it's like, as far as I know, I think we will see each other again. Oh, yeah, next week I think we'll be here again. Yep. So next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll see you guys then. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks so much. See you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.
Good night, Seattle.